Quack, quack,
Can you moo like a cow?
moo.
Tweet like a bird? And croak like a frog. Can we get some arms?
Quack.
Arm action. We got one girl that's literally jumping on the floor, so we're doing good. Now, can you baa like a sheep?
Baa.
Okay. Can you do that?
Baa.
No? Okay, keep working on it. And then hoot like an owl. Walk like a chicken.
Cluck, 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 cluck.
And how about oink like a pig?
Oink, 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 oink.
Okay, now purr, super quiet now. Purr like a kitten.
Quiet.
And squeak like a mouse. Okay, now giggle like yourself. And that's what the giggle game is all about. Okay, so did you guys like that?
Yes.
Okay, so I made that, and I forgot to pull this out, but I'll go grab it real quick. But yeah, that was a book that I made because I was doing a lot of class visits, and usually it's just like I read to the class and then you guys sit quietly, but I wanted something that was a little bit more interactive. Now, there's something very special about this book, if you notice, and let me grab something real quick. So just 1 second, I forgot.
Okay. Hey, Mrs. Board, pictures. My iPad's at 7%. Is this just like a game?
This book was entirely illustrated with cardboard cutouts. So you guys know the construction paper that you have in class?
Yeah.
Okay, so every one of those drawings that you saw was actually a bunch of paper that was cut out with scissors and an X-Acto blade and then glued together.
What?
So like there's the frog. You see the frog? And you can see, if you look really closely, how it's like a piece of paper on top of each other. So yeah, these are the lions, the lion faces. So this took a very long time, but it kind of was really neat the way that it ended up looking. So let me pull out. Let me see if I can get this chicken out here for you, so you can see how it's just cut and pasted, and these are all the same paper that you guys have in your class. You probably have that construction paper lying around that has it's like orange and brown and green and blue. Yep. So that's the giggle game. So yeah, that entire book was done that way. So
I liked it. It was one of the funniest books.
Well, thank you very much. It took almost a year to make. So if you guys can believe that, yeah. So, and it started off doing sketches, and then I did the illustrations and stuff like that. So that was all made by me. But now I just wanted to know if anybody had any questions.
What's one?
I have one.
Go ahead, James.
How long does it take you to write and illustrate?
It really depends on the book. The shortest that I've ever done is just a month. So that was to write and illustrate a book. So like the Monster that Ate My Socks, that one only took a month. Other books, The Giggle Game, and there's another one called Hope Flower. Those took 1 and 2 years to create.
Can we see the monster?
Yeah, it takes a long time.
Can we see the monster in my socks?
Yeah, I got other books. Hold on.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. Oh my God, he has a kite, Phil.
I stay in my
tones. So this is The Monster That Ate My Socks.
Oh,
This
wow.
is probably
Remember
my
that
most popular book.
I've seen it, but I've not
I
read
went through
it.
the Giggle game pretty
You also have
fast,
two.
so maybe we can read some more. And then there's other ones like so it's Monsters A to Z. So this is a bunch of
Monster, that's up.
monsters.
That stuff
Monster,
was
you know that
good.
one? Yeah. So these are all these little different monsters and explanations of them.
My name begins with a Z.
Cool. That's rare. Nuts, which is about a family of squirrels.
That's one of my favorites.
And let's see.
Have you ever read his fairy one?
I'm just going through.
I want to read it. I just
This one, the Hope Flower, that would probably be a little bit. This might be for second graders and up. This one took a lot of time. It's a bunch of paintings.
Wow.
So a little bit more complicated illustrations on that one. But yeah, I've made a lot of books. There were somewhere around 50 of them. So I just couldn't stop. But I haven't really created anything in about 3 years. I'm taking a little bit of a break. But who knows? Maybe you guys can inspire me.
We did 3 days of break.
Are there other questions I could add? Anybody?
We have some in Mrs. Doctor's class. Mari?
Sure, Mrs. Doctor's class.
Favorite book. What's your favorite book?
Oh, my favorite children's book of all time is If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. You guys know that one? Okay, I absolutely adore that book. I have a signed copy of it that was also signed by an entire school. So, so it's one of my prized possessions. And then favorite. Oh, we won't even talk about the favorite adult books. That's fine. But yeah, I also love Roald Dahl, which is a little bit older than you, like probably third grade. You guys will start reading that. And who's else? Dr. Seuss, I like. Pretty much everybody's like. So Michelle Silverstein, one of my favorites, and I'm blanking on another one. But yeah, anyway. What else? I see another hand raised.
Next question. How did you get this job?
How did I get that job? So the amazing thing about being an author or an illustrator is that you hire yourself. So you just kind of decide that you're going to write it, and if you make it and people like it, then you can sell it. You can actually make a living with it. So it's different from like being a mechanic or even a teacher where somebody hires you. It's any of the art stuff like drawing, painting. A lot of that you first make it, and then somebody decides whether or not you have a job. So, and I got I think this is Morgan. Got your hand raised.
How do you write these books?
I didn't quite understand that. What was it?
How do you write the books?
How do you write the books? Okay, so that's it's all like it always starts with an idea. So something like usually I see something or I think of something that's funny, and then from there I create the story, and then from there I will get it edited and illustrated, and I'll illustrate it. So for instance, The Monster That Ate My Socks, that one I was doing laundry, and you know how if you do laundry, your parents will tell you that you always wind up missing a sock. So the idea just went into my head like, hey, what if there was a monster that ate the socks? And then from there, I decided to tell a story about this child that discovers a sock-eating monster. So it always starts with a little idea, like you guys learned about your creative writing, and then it kind of expands from there. Does that make sense?
That's how I got my story.
And we have some questions here in Miss Leister's class.
Sure.
That's how I get my story.
Did you like making books when you were a kid?
Yes, actually. When I was in third grade, I wrote a book up there. I think it was, I forget what it was called, but it ended up being put in the library, and I was always very proud of that. So I continued writing throughout middle school and into high school, and I think I finished my first novel when I was 17. It was awful. So it's never seen the light of day. We have other questions.
Yeah, we got another.
Okay. parts are when you start, when you finish, and when somebody else likes it. So, like, you guys liking my book, that was awesome. Like, that's a good job. The hardest parts or the least fun parts are whenever you have to do it over and over again, or if people don't like it. Like, you're just kind of, okay, what did I do wrong? But yeah, that's
Hey, Graham.
revising, working on stuff that you think is already done. That becomes pretty important.
I'm gonna go on Safari and
So
look up a
look
J
forward.
Cosmo books.
We got more questions.
Yep. How was it doing your job?
What? That's not what you told me. She forgot.
You forgot? Okay. I'm going to take a stab that it was how do you do your job?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, to be a writer or an artist, you just have to write or create art. And the difficulty of that is you have to consistently do it. You have to, like, go home. You have to say, okay, from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. I write. And the challenge of that is it's not fun, and you're at home, so you can just you could play, you could do something else. So the real challenge of the job is to actually just do the work, because you're basically self-employed. But that's basically it. So if you want to be a writer, you got to write. If you want to be an artist, you have to create art. That's pretty much it. Okay, I got more questions. Zane has had her. I think Miss Leichner's is muted, and then Zane has had her hand up. So Zane, could you real quick ask your question?
How long have you been making books?
I made my first book in 2012. So, can anybody tell